Did you know that according to Employee Benefit Research Institute in 2020, only about 11% of people are able to retire before they hit 60? Now, if you're dreaming of being in that cool 11% club and retiring early, you've got to be extra careful with your money habits. You see, we all have some not-so-great habits when it comes to handling our cash, right? When you're working full-time, you don't really feel the pinch of these little slip-ups. But if you're not careful, these habits could seriously mess up your early retirement plans. Imagine this: you're all set to enjoy your golden years, but then you realize your bank account is whispering, "Help me," because you've run out of funds. That's not the kind of retirement anyone wants. That's why it's really important to be aware of these sneaky financial traps so you can totally avoid them. I'm Will, and I teach people about investing, personal finance, and money. I've walked the path you seek. And today, I have several businesses and investments that provide me income every single month, meaning I never have to work another day in my life. If you plan on becoming financially free, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button if you find this video valuable. So here are 5 money habits you absolutely must quit to retire early. Number 1, not putting money into your retirement plan. It's a common trap. We always think there's plenty of time to start saving for retirement, but procrastination is like public enemy number 1 for your retirement savings. You might think, I'll wait until I'm earning more to start saving, but every day that goes by without contributing to your retirement fund is a missed opportunity. It's not just about saving big amounts. Even small contributions can make a huge difference over time, thanks to compound interest. The earlier you start, the more your money grows. It's like planting a tree. The best time was 20 years ago, but the second best time is now. So what can you do? Begin by reviewing your budget and see where you can cut back a bit to start saving. It could be as simple as making coffee at home instead of buying it, or opting for a night in rather than a pricey night out. The key is to make saving a habit, just like brushing your teeth. And it doesn't have to be a huge amount. Even a little bit, consistently over time, can add up to a lot. Remember, every penny you tuck away now is a step closer to retiring early and living that dream life. Imagine being able to travel, pursue hobbies, or just enjoy the peace of mind knowing you're financially secure, all because you made smart choices today. Start now, and you'll thank yourself later when you're enjoying your golden years way ahead of schedule. The second habit you'll want to ditch if you're aiming to retire early is number 2. Counting on working longer to make up for not saving enough. It sounds logical, right? I'll just work a few extra years, no biggie. But life has a funny way of throwing curveballs. Here's the thing: we all like to imagine we'll be able to work as long as we want. But sometimes things don't go according to plan. You might find yourself wanting or needing to retire earlier than expected. Maybe it's your health that takes a hit, or perhaps your job situation changes unexpectedly. The point is, relying on extra working years as your main retirement strategy is like playing financial roulette. Sure, working longer can help, but what if it's not an option? That's why it's crucial to start saving for retirement now, regardless of how long you plan to work. Even if you love your job and can't imagine stopping, having a solid financial cushion gives you freedom and peace of mind. You'll be able to retire on your own terms, whether that's sooner or later. And if life does throw you a curveball, you'll be ready for it. Saving now means you're prepared, no matter when you hang up your work boots. Moving on to the third habit that could trip up your early retirement plans. Number 3, depending on an inheritance. You know, the old rich uncle scenario, but here's the real talk. Banking on an inheritance to fund your retirement is like building your house on sand. It's just not stable. First off, there's no guarantee that you'll get an inheritance large enough to cover your entire retirement. Even if you have well-off relatives, there are so many unknowns. They might decide to spend their wealth, donate it, or heck, even live much longer than expected. And good for them if they do. Relying on an inheritance is risky business. It's far better to be the master of your own financial destiny. Start by putting your energy into saving and investing for your own retirement. This way, you're not at the mercy of someone else's financial decisions or life circumstances. Think of it this way: if you do end up getting an inheritance, consider it a bonus, not your game plan. By saving for your retirement yourself, you're ensuring that you're covered no matter what happens. And that's a much safer and more empowering approach to planning your golden years. So let's just focus on building our own financial security. And if that inheritance does come through, that's just the cherry on top. If you're enjoying the video, I'd really appreciate it if you'd hit that like button, as it really helps the channel. Thanks. Okay, now let's talk about the fourth crucial area often overlooked. Number 4, skimping on long-term care plans. This one's about thinking ahead, way ahead, to the times when you might need a bit of extra help to taking care of yourself. A lot of us don't like to think about it, but there may come a day when you can't do everything on your own. That's where long-term care insurance comes into play. It's not just about covering medical bills, it's about ensuring you have the support you need for everyday living, whether that's in-home care, assisted living, or something else. By getting a long-term care insurance policy now, you're basically securing your future self. This way, you won't be caught off guard by high care costs, or more importantly, you won't be a financial burden on your family. I know it feels like a long way off, and there are so many other things you'd rather spend money on now. But investing in long-term care insurance is a smart move. It's one of those things you hope you'll never need, but if you do, you'll be so grateful you have it. And when it comes to retiring early, knowing you've got this covered gives you that extra peace of mind to really enjoy your freedom. All right, rounding up our list, let's talk about a temptation many face. Number 5, taking Social Security too soon. This is like opening a present before it's fully wrapped. Sure, you can start dipping into your Social Security benefits as early as 62, but if you wait a bit longer, those monthly checks get bigger. Think of it this way. For every year you delay taking Social Security, you get a boost of about 7 to 8% in your monthly payments. That's a pretty sweet deal, right? By holding off until you're 65 or even 70, you're essentially giving yourself a pay raise for your retirement years. And here's another cool part. These payments are adjusted for inflation each year. So, not only are you getting more each month by waiting, but it's also keeping up with the cost of living. It's a double win. I know it's tempting to start cashing in as soon as you can, especially if you're eyeing early retirement. But if you've got other savings to tide you over, holding off on Social Security can really pay off in the long run. It's about playing the long game to make sure your golden years are as golden as they can be. So, think twice before grabbing those benefits early. Your future self might just thank you for waiting. If you're interested in knowing how you compare to the average retirement savings by age, go ahead and watch this video next.